I got a lot of friends here, and I want to say thank you to all my friends here who came. Oh, I love each one of you equally. Maybe some a little more than others, but that's okay. Some of you know me longer than others. We got Chris G in the house, in the back over here. Everybody know Chris G. Listen to his radio show. He's a good dude. I'm glad you all came out, and despite the cold weather, you know, it's like, you know, it's just this winter's be so tough on us, you know. So I know how much y'all must thought about, oh, if I want to go out in the cold, or if I don't want to go. So the fact you decided to come see me, I appreciate you so much, and thank you. Thank you all. Make some noise. You're happy to be alive right now in this moment. As you know, I'm a barber, and I do give out free haircuts every once in a while, you know. But I want to do them blindfolded one day. So if anybody needs a blindfold haircut, just let me know. Let me know. And there's a few ladies in here. Sometimes I give out free stuff to the ladies because, you know, haircuts. I do have lady clients, but most times I cut guys. You know, but I do came up with something to give out to the ladies that's free. And I do give out free facials to the ladies. Just think about it. Just think about it. Just think about it. Just think about it. Don't be, you know. Sounds a little weird, but just think about it. Wow. It's not really challenging to cut hair, you know, but every once in a while I have a weird interaction with people, and, you know, you get a person into the chair, right? And then you pump up the chair, you know, you put the cape around them, and then you grab the, you know, the neck strip, put it around their neck, and then every once in a while you realize this person don't got no neck. You ever see a person with no neck? Oh, yeah. It's like a unicorn or a shooting star, you know? You don't see it very often, you know? And you don't want to surprise them because they'll break their neck. You know, they got to turn their head. They'll break their neck. You know, people complain about the prices of cutting hair, you know. I don't want to hear shit. Everything's expensive. I'm over it. You know, I didn't make it expensive. Barbers are not making it expensive. We love cutting hair. We love dealing with people and hearing their problems while we cut their hair. You know, we love all this stuff. But, you know, I notice now that people kind of getting a little cheaper with their pockets. So they say, you know, oh, this guy goes, how much for a haircut? So I told him the price of the haircut, you know. He ain't like the number. So he's like, this is the new shit. How much for a taper? Taper's the new shit, right? This is the new shit, right? I don't know, this is some new black shit. Black people always inventing weird shit. The taper is a weird one. I told him the price. Because the taper is pretty much a haircut, right? Yeah. It takes about the same amount of time. We know it's not like, you know, it takes time to do a nice tape. You see them shit on Instagram, right? So then I told him the price, he ain't like the price. So he scratched his head, he go, well, how much is for one line in my eyebrow? I wanted to kick him square in his ass. Crazy. But you know, speaking of kicking people in their ass, I've been to France. Nice. And I was wondering, how do French people say ouch? So I kicked the French dude in his ass. And he said, ouch! Who would have known that's how you say ouch in French? I got people give you sideways compliments these days too, that's another thing. And I love this lady too, she's one of my friend's sisters. And she goes, you know, Dave, I hope you get famous, you know, with your comedy, and I wish you the best, but I really, really hope you get famous. She said, so I can tell people that I knew you when you was nobody. Ouch! You know, I appreciate her intentions, but man, that hurt. I'm not gonna lie. You don't want nobody telling you nobody to your face. You ever have somebody tell you nobody to your face? Oh, God. I went through a bad breakup one time, and excuse my French, but she ended up being a whore. Guys, we've been in this situation, right? We break up. I was sad and hurting. I was like, oh man, I didn't know what to do. So I started hanging out. We hang out at bars together. So that was the hard part. You ever date somebody and you still hang out at the same places? So I had to go back to these places. We got mutual friends. So I go there and I see the bartender. You know, he looking at me all, you know, pitiful. You know, like, oh, here he comes. I ordered a drink. They said, what do you want, Dave? I said, man, surprise me. And he gave me a butt-naked picture of my ex-girlfriend. Ouch! Ouch! I went to therapy. Give it up for therapy. Kevin Markman's a therapist. Okay. And a comedian, very good comedian too, by the way. I go and I tell him all my stories, you know, like, hey, this is what's going on with me, Doc. You know, he's like looking worried, you know. He's like, this guy's going through some stuff. So I said, okay, Doc, give it to me straight. What's going on with me? He said, you crazy as a motherfucker. I said, man, that's some bullshit. I want a second opinion. He said, well, you're fat, you got high blood pressure, and you're ugly. I'm like, damn. So I wrote him a bad check. He ain't getting paid. And fuck therapy, I'm never going back. One of my friend's uncles, I like talking to older guys. And I'm talking about old, like in their 80s, you know. I like getting the wisdom, you know, from these guys. And they tell you the best stories, you know, how they got to Rochester, how they got, you know, came back and forth. You know, how basically the guy was telling me about picking cotton. Exactly. There's somebody in their 80s, so that he literally old enough to pick cotton. So he's telling me the story. He's like, you know, hey, yeah, we went out in the field and we was picking cotton. He's like, you know, I didn't like the hours. I was like, what was the hours? He said, sun up to sun down. I was like, damn. I said, fuck that. I wouldn't have been picking no motherfucking cotton. I don't care. You know, yes you would. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't pick no motherfucking cotton. Yes you would. No, I wouldn't. I said, well, how do you know that I'll be picking cotton? He said, because all them niggas out there look just like you. Big and black. He said, some be bigger than you, but all of them look just like you. I was like, damn. I guess I would have been picking cotton. Oh, man. I talk about stuff that I can't do anymore. You know, and it's wintertime now, so this is interesting. Even though it hasn't snowed yet. But anybody been sledding as an adult? Yeah. Make some noise, you've been sledding as an adult. Let me tell you what happened to me. I go sledding with some kids, and then I started in my adult mind. You know, you get around kids, you start to think like a kid. So I said, man, I gotta turn this up a notch for these kids. So I dug a ramp in the snow. At Cobb's Hill, you know Cobb's Hill. So I dug a dip in the thing. So a nice dip too. Probably, I'm telling you, that thing probably about a good 1.5 feet. Like a scoop where you get hit it and then it's like you go in the air. So I'm grabbing these kids one by one. Hit it, so they have the ball, all they t-shirts, woo! Boom, they slide down, next one, zoom! Whoa! They was having so much fun, and I said, I think I'm gonna give it a try.
Bad idea.
250 pounds of me. I threw myself down the hill pretty much, but nobody could push me. So I was like, whoa! I did down the hill, hit that bump, and I flew like 4 feet in the air, and I was in the air, so and then everything started slowing down. That's when I started getting scared. I realized the situation. I was like, uh-oh. I started looking around. Everything was moving in slow motion. I was like, oh, this ain't good. I came down on my back. Boom. So I got up. You know, when you hang around kids, you can't just act like you hurt. So I jumped up. But for the next 2 weeks, I couldn't go to work. I couldn't do shit. I couldn't do shit for 2 weeks.
Oh, Lord.
When you get older, you know, they got this the internet stuff going on where you like, so every once in a while, you have to put in your age. You know, so I like it when you have to type in your age. You know, when they ask you for the forms, like, oh, how old are you? You know, okay, February 12, 1968, right? Boom, that's nice and easy and cute. But the one I don't like is the one when it's got the scroll, right? Because the older you are, the longer the scroll, and it's like you on the Price is Right. Like, 2000s, 90s, 80s, 70s. Oh man. Oh, that hurts so bad, you know. I try not to count my age, but you know, to make some noise, you're over 50 in this room. That's Generation X, right?
Right. Oh, sir.
We Generation X up in here.
Thank you.
We got Rochester history. We got the dude who said he saw the lion. Brother, make some noise. You believe he saw the lion?
He did. He did.
Make some noise if you think he didn't see the lion. Did you hear the story? So, the crazy shit was, first of all, when he did that "arr" shit, he lost me right there. I no lion sound like that. No damn lion sound. I went to the zoo, Seneca Park Zoo, with my son one time, and you know they got the moat around where the lions are and the tigers and shit, and we, you know, all the kids are looking around at the lions, and they moving around a little bit. You know, the lions move slow in the summertime because it's hot. But then one of the workers came with a bowl or bucket or something, and he literally started tossing raw meat to the lions. And the lions were tearing that meat up. Right? That's my rule. They was tearing that shit up. But then, when you stopped throwing the meat, it got eerily quiet in that lion life. And that's how a lion sound. That's how I know that dude was bullshit. I'm the only one that know that he was bullshit.
Yeah.
He fooled y'all. He fooled y'all. We got couples in the house. Make some noise. We got couples with us. All the couples. I love that. I love that. How long you guys been together?
7 years.
7 years. This is my lovely sister and her husband. We got my brother and his lovely wife right here. How long y'all been together?
27.
20. That's a damn long time. We got my buddy, my friend here, Jeff, and his wife. How long y'all been together? 30 years. Oh, they stunted on you, Jeff. They stunted on you, Jeff. 30. Samaj, how long you and your wife been together? Oh, he quiet. 12 years? Okay, you lighting the game.
We in the middle.
You lighting the game. All right, well, give it up for all the couples. Give it up for all the couples. I just want to acknowledge y'all, because y'all don't get no shine on the internet. The single people be fucking up everything. You know? I had another Rochester story. You know about George, everybody knows who George Eastman is.
Yeah.
So George Eastman, he basically You know, he invented the camera, right? Everybody knows that. But nobody knows why he invented the camera, right?
You do know.
I know how. I did the research. I went down the rabbit hole on Google and I found out. So he knew Alexander Graham Bell. They were friends. And they would call each other and talk for hours. You know, there's rumors that they might have liked each other. Nothing wrong with that, don't get weird. But they would talk for hours on the phone, and then George Eastman was like, hey man, I miss you, seeing your face. I gotta figure out how I can see your face when we're apart. So he sat down for months and maybe a year or two and wrote out the camera, figured it all out. You know, he's like, man, we got the camera together, he stepped in front of me, like, oh, took his picture, I got it. So then he got the camera invented. Now he needed a name for the camera. Now I'm gonna tell you how he got the name for the camera. How he got the name for the camera was, he wanted to send this guy a specific picture. He wanted to send him a picture of his butthole.
No.
So he sat the camera up, right? Poked his butt out, gave it a smack, hit the picture, boom. Sent him the picture, he's like, man, now I got the name for the camera. And that's why the first camera was called the Brownie. So who's better at lying, me or the dude lying about lying? Who's better, huh? Teaching you a lesson here. Anybody see my video that I had with Samuel Jackson where I ran into Sam Jackson?
Oh yeah.
I love you, man.
I love you, man.
You don't know me.
I'm officially the I love you man. There's nothing wrong with telling another man you love him.
Nothing wrong.
But men, we need to hear it, you know,
Right.
from each other.
That's
I think, especially in this world. So in this moment, just give it up for the men in the room right now. We don't get dragged a lot. We get dragged a lot. Women, y'all all got each other's back. We already know.
That's right.
Right, ladies? Give it up. Watch this. Watch this. Give it up for the ladies. See how easy that was? Give it up for the fellas. You know what I'm saying? We still got work to do, fellas. We still got work to do, man. We still got work to do.
It's supposed to be loud.
We still got work. So, I did talk about Judge Eastman. Oh, going back to Sam Jackson. So Sam Jackson, basically, me and my friend John, we were in New York City headed to an open mic. And we just happened to be lucky enough to get in a taxi headed over there in Lower Manhattan where we let out, and they had Denzel Washington's Othello was letting out. And at first I saw, first the funny part was, John saw Rosie Perez. But it was funny because he goes, she looks like Rosie Perez. I said, man, y'all white people think everybody looks There ain't no damn Rosie Perez. You know what I'm saying? Y'all think everybody look alike. He's like, so then he rolls down the window, and John is the most sincere, one of the most sincere, sweetest people I ever know. He rolls down the window and goes just like this. Hey, Rosie! That shit was so funny to me. He was like, hey, Rosie! Remember that? So then I saw Tamara Hall, right? And I was like, okay. Then I saw some dudes, like some doctor show. Then I saw Viola Davis. And then I was like, that's Viola Davis. And she literally was standing right near the window when I was in the cab. And I said, that's Viola Davis. And she turned and gave me the most sincere smile I ever saw. And I was like, wow, that's really her, right? So they're like, I gotta get my camera out. Oh shit, this shit is real. So I get my camera out, and as soon as I pull my camera up, there was Samuel Jackson. Right, like, I'm telling you, it's like a star like shining right there. I was like, holy shit. So I started fanning out. Oh my God, it's Sam Jackson, it's Sam Jackson, it's Sam Jackson, Sam, I love you, Sam. I love you, man. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. He said, I don't believe that shit. And the shit took off, went viral all over the internet. They wrote articles about it, the shit's still floating around. It took over my whole TikTok. I put my shit up, no one gives a fuck. But people are still liking the Sam Jackson video. One of my favorite people, Sam Jackson, I will say that. Anybody got tattoos in the room? What's your favorite tattoo? Amy?
Me.
You got a tattoo of yourself?
Oh, God, no.
What's your favorite tattoo you got?
I only have one, so it's a yin and yang.
A yin and a yang?
My son, yeah.
Nice, nice. What about your tattoo? What's your...
Can't talk about that.
Yo! She got the secret society tattoo.
You gotta show us. You gotta
Don't
show
go
us.
home, our fellas. You're gonna be missing the kidney. You're gonna be missing the kidney. I'm telling you right now. You're gonna be missing the kidney. Sometimes I see people with all kinds of tattoos, right? And you know, tattoos look nice. You know, when we're young, those tattoos look fresh and the ink is like bright. You know, then we get older. You know, and then sometimes those tattoos start to look like a balled up paper bag. And I feel bad for them. I go, oh man, I bet that tattoo was nice when you was young. So then what I do is I say, you know what? Sometimes I've seen people with some bad tattoos, some shitty tattoos. Sometimes I just want to just grab them and just give them a good shake like an Etch-a-Sketch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that would be good.
And just give them a good restart, you know what I'm saying? Just give them a good restart. We all know about what's going on with the government right now, right? It's crazy. You know, fucking with people's food stamps.
It's a mess.
We grew up on food stamps. And I was in a room full of black people, and they were trying to act like they didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. I wanted to kick everybody's ass in the room. Stop playing in my fucking face. We go back to the coins on the food stamps. They look like poker chips. Ain't no shame in my game. Shit. Remember the book? You had the whole book. You don't know nothing about the books now. I was trying to tell him about I told this joke in front of him. He said, and when I was leaving the he says, I was born in the suburbs. I grew up in the suburbs. He didn't say it with confidence. Like he almost like, damn, I wish I had some food stamps. You ain't cool if you never had no food stamps. Seriously, man. I used to love them fucking food stamps. I had a t-shirt with a food stamp on it.
The dollar one.
I heart.
The dollar ones, the ones with the old dirty bastard face. But that was a welfare card. That's a whole nother chapter. We'll do that next time.
Yeah.
We can spend a quarter out there.
So speaking of the government, so I got to change the subject. I started during COVID. I learned how to do laundry better. You know, because before that I was rushing. I was all over the place. I was a whore. I didn't have time to wash my clothes. I was being honest. So during COVID, shit slowed down. I said, you know what? I gotta start separating my clothes. You know, using better detergent. You know, I used to do Dollar Tree shit for years. Started using better detergent. Then I said I gotta start separating my whites and my dark clothes. You know, sort of like society right now. So then I got better. My clothes started looking better, smelling better. I started using better bleach, not the cheap shit. You know, because it's different. All bleaches ain't the same. So I started using better bleach on my whites. And only one thing I learned during this recent history is with the whites, you gotta be careful with the whites. You gotta keep an eye on the whites. Everybody knows that, right? Make some noise, you white, and you keep an eye on the whites. Because if the whites get too white, they storm the Capitol building. This has been fun.
Yeah.
I'm really having fun up here right now. I told you, okay, so I got a story, and it's not always appropriate everywhere, but I love this story. Okay? When I was single, I was dating everybody. And I probably, just to be honest, I probably was about 40 pounds lighter. So I was a little sexy. I'm out one night, cute, little pretty white girl, nice little shape, and fat booty like what's her name off of Scooby-Doo? Man, I used to love me some Velma, boy. Man, no, Daphne was something else. She was smart. But Velma had that thunder.
All right now.
Okay, she had it. It was just crazy. Like when I first time I saw her, this is the first time I wanted to make some biracial babies. So anyway, I digress. This girl, she comes up to me, we're talking, have some drinks. She's like, I gotta be honest with you. I never been fucked by a black dude. So I said, man, I'm gonna help you out. We had our drinks, we finished our drinks, I said, I'm gonna, do some real black dude shit with her, some cool shit, Go walk in the park. We walked in the park, we went out to the beach, we walked on the pier. You see a lot of you ever see the black dudes walking on the pier with their girlfriend and shit? They was doing weird shit now. Now they got the little beatbox with them. I mean, that shit is weird. But anyway, we walked out on the pier, nice and slow walk, holding hands, just looking each other in the eyes. And I can remember she said she never been fucked by a black dude. I said, I gotta work this out. It's a responsibility. So we walk, hold the hands, we get out to the pier. I said, let's go skinny dipping. Everybody knows white girls love skinny dipping. I said, take off your clothes and let's just jump in the water. I picked her up, tossed her in the water. I grabbed her purse and then I ran back to the car, opened the window, and I jumped in the car and took off. She said, what are you doing? I said, now you've been fucked by a black dog.
Yes, give it up for David Reese one more time right there. Mister, I love you, man.
I love you, man. I love you all. I love you all. I love you all.
Love you.
I love you all.
But before we go, we got one more surprise for you. We got one more surprise for you. Surprise!
All right, y'all.
He got this song he want to present for y'all real quick. Check him out. Y'all didn't know he was a singer, but he about to sing for y'all. Y'all check it out. Yeah. The David Reese Show right here at RCTV WXIR. How you doing, Dave?
When all the bad and all of the madness has got you going crazy. It's time to get out. Step out into the streets. Come on. Well, all of the action is right there at your feet. And I know a place where we can take it loose right away. Underneath the electric sky. Oh, come on with me and we can shake it loose right away. We can have the fun once the music starts. Oh, to the beat of the rhythm of the night. Listen to Come on now, we going out of here having fun. Okay. La 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 beginning. The music's playing. A celebration starting. With the street lights. A scene is being set. A night for romance. A night you won't forget. So I just bought some food stamps and you ain't gotta be sitting at home. There's too much going on. Oh, those foods that you can buy. All the groceries that you really want. We're gonna have the good time the whole night long. Oh, to the beat of the rhythm of the night. Dancing to the morning light. Forget about the worries on your mind. You can leave them all behind. Oh, the rhythm of the night. Oh, oh, oh.
Get it there, 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 break it down now, break it down now, break it down now, come on, bring it back up, bring it back up, bring it back up, yeah!
So don't you be, ain't no time to be staying home. Oh, there's too much going on. Oh, tonight is gonna be a night.